Hello everyone, and welcome to Fleet Plays Rule the Waves 3, the Netherlands. And of course, this time we are entering the Dreadnought era. It's 1904, and we are right on the cusp of that era. Right on the edge of tipping over into it. We came out of the war with China, as I'm sure you remember last week. We had succeeded in seizing a great chunk of concessions from China, which are making us actually a heck of a lot of money. We're actually in the budget surplus despite tensions being relatively low. And, above all, we're on track to enter the Dreadnought era with a relatively modern fleet of cruisers. And to tell you the truth, that is exactly what I want. Because I hate to break it to you, in order to get what I want as the Dutch Navy, I'm basically going to have to order from foreign yards. So, as you know, we've got the final rebuilds of the old cruiser program ongoing to keep the 21-knot cruisers going. We're gradually phasing in these new diminutive cruisers to basically replace the older vessels that we have. So, for example, Schiedam will go to foreign station once the second Herodolus is completed. And, of course, the Herodolus class are in the reserves, as they are... Well, they are the most modern cruisers in the Dutch fleet, but they're not the ones you want available for active service right when a war starts. I'm going to pay to upgrade our dockyards, as the Dreadnought era is incoming, but I will say this. We are probably buying our Dreadnoughts from either Britain... It's probably Britain, to be fair. So we'll have to see what happens. So, let us continue with the turns. Hey! Excellent. No tensions with Japan. I think I've got forces in the area to take control of that. Yes! That may have annoyed the United States, but it got us more money, because North Korea is, in this era, fairly valuable. So it was worth having. I have to play it real cool from now on, though. So Celebes is in the reserve fleet, where she should be. So now we need to build another one of the Helvetites class cruisers. I want to get up to about 3 of them in the fleet if we can. Bring tensions down with the US if possible. Hey! Base resources are increasing. I can build 2 of these cruisers at once. I'm going to call an international peace conference and just... Because that was the best outcome. I just wanted the tension reduction. No. Thank you, Britain, but no. Yes, I will buy that and get him... Oh, yes! Bought the company selling rangefinders, and that gave us central firing. That is so fantastic. That's just great. So, 1 ship at a time. Starting with the oldest battleships first and working our way up. No thanks. I really do need to... Yep, beating the army is top priority. Oh well, there was no morale lost, so that's something. Really? Please do not reduce naval spending. I really kind of need that. So Zealand, again, back into reserves. Utrecht. Now it's your turn to get central firing. Yes, I'm aware, thank you. So, now she gets central firing. I'm going to take that option because I would rather have a slight tension increase than any more reduction in... tensions that I really can't afford. There we go, new docks. Hey, the Queen! Thank you, the Queen. So now I want... another pair of those ships to brings up to 5. Actually, no, I don't want 5. I want 1, so sorry, cancel one of them. So those are being done. Then, obviously, the next thing to do is keep working through the upgrades. So Holland, obviously, is our most powerful battleship, and she's our only traditional pre-Dreadnought that we have. I was going to refit Groningen, but I think she'll be bowing out in favour of a battle cruiser at some point. I'm keeping a very close watch. Okay, yep, the British start building Dreadnoughts. Right, fantastic. That's what I was waiting for. That is not a Dreadnought battleship, Britain. Nor is that. Britain, I know you're capable of building Dreadnought battleships. Don't sit there and tell me you are not. Because I won't believe you. Yes, I thought as much. Right. Is anyone else doing it? Okay, the United States is building a ship called the Ranger, but I can't really buy from them. Germany is not building any, so it's literally just Great Britain and the US that are building ships. And the problem is they don't, what the technologies they've got don't really give me the edge in firepower I really want right now. Since most other navies aren't building to their yard limits. So again, Celebes. Excuse me. Yes, I'm aware she's overweight, but, well, she needs it for the central firing fit. And let's see if anyone has joined us. Ah, Stephen Mayer. Are you going to apply the lessons from Wednesday's extra ramblings? What lessons? I don't quite know what you mean. Get the proposal watered down. I can afford a little bit less budget right now. World economy has recovered after the crisis. Yes, I can afford to buy that. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. The Batavia class shouldn't be too expensive to rebuild. It's a very simple upgrade for them. It'll take all of 3 months and not cost all that much. There we go. There we go. No thank you, France. Oh, that's what I was waiting for that. There we go. So all I want to do is take our current crop of destroyers. I want to keep their specifications in terms of armament as they are. And I want to push their speed up to about 29 knots. While still keeping all the bells and whistles they currently have. Give it maximum publicity, because never trust the Chinese. Okay, so give me 5 destroyers to bolster the 5 we already have. So with the amount of ships we currently possess, I'm going to send the last of the Schiedam class cruisers to Foreign Station. And the last 2 of these ships, which are the last 20-knot cruisers in the Navy, along with the Delphazil, will be scrapped. And Celebes, now so that she's been rebuilt, will be sent off as Foreign Station flagship. Again, these Helvelators class ships are commissioning into the reserves in order to keep the Dutch Navy flush with cash. Utrecht will also now be going into the reserve fleet as she lacks a 12-inch gun, and therefore is not much good if conflict starts, basically, at a jump. Which is what we're currently looking at here. I will pay for more dockyards, because building a Dreadnought at home, I can choose anyone I like. And obviously, I blame China. Always blame China. Oh. Thank you, Lions! I'm glad somebody noticed before I did. Hey, Lions, very good. Yes, give us a good gunnery competition. Oh, of course. Well, Holland's the only active battleship. Well, that's good. So we've got the ability to build dreadnoughts if we wish. What I really want to look at is I want to see... So the US is building a... So what would So Germany, what would you give me as a dreadnought battleship? So that's what you'd give me. Something like that. Okay, so that's what the Germans are offering. France, what would you offer me? Again, hexagonal layout. Not much really new here. Britain, have you got centerline mounts yet? Again, no, not really. Whoa, okay, that's a war warning. Okay, that is a war warning against China. That was a sudden spike in tension. No, France, I'm alright for that, thank you. That was a bit of a... That was a spike in tension. Yes, I will lower tensions with Russia, because that reduces the... Okay, if there's diplomatic rumours that China is about to war us, then I am going to active fleet my two other 80-knot battleships. They're also going to head out to Southeast Asia. And we're also going to send the entire destroyer fleet, including some of the ones that are working up, out to Southeast Asia. Since while the fleet is small, it's still better than a good chunk of the Chinese Navy at this point, especially since their light cruiser numbers still haven't recovered from the last war. Call an international conference. Well, that's good. Please tell me it lowers tensions with China below war warning. Okay, it does. Christ. Okay. Alright. I have tension enough to do that. So prestige enough to do that. So, yeah, so return most of the... Yes, return some of the older ships home to Europe. We don't need the entire fleet out there on active service, ready to go. We just need the most powerful units out there. I'd rather have some of the rest of it in reserve and build up an even larger fleet, ready for future hostilities. There we go. Meddling of Japan. Just because I have low tension with them, I can afford to do that. Okay, so now that we are in this position, we have wing turrets, and if no one else is building battleships that have centerline mounts, and I do not believe they are, because let me guess, Lion is... Oh, wow, good lord, that's a battle cruiser in the loosest sense. I mean, look at it. It's just a very, very large armoured cruiser. I don't even know if it has turbines. No one else, apart from the Germans and the French, are obviously building their first dreadnoughts. And we're about to enter the game as well. Come on, really? I'm literally about to go on a battleship building spree. You're very lucky I've got the tonnage, the money spare to do this. Right, okay, so... I'm actually going to try and do a proper custom... So, 18,500 tons. So I want... So for that, in this period, 9 inches of belt armor will actually keep you safe from 12-inch guns at the normal battle ranges we're expecting here. 100 rounds per gun, 3 fire control positions. Battery of 4-inch casemates, just 10 per side, nothing too strenuous. Again, 9-inch on the turrets, 2 inches on the top, and just 2 inches of splitting protection for the secondaries. So, medium range, reliable engines. We have to make do with coal plus vertical triple expansion rather than turbines, which is a bit annoying, but there you are. So, forward, midships, aft, dual mounts. So that's 14,000 tons of ship. Let me just... if it'll... if I remember exactly how to do this... Oh, sod this. I'm sorry. I can't figure out how the new graphics system works. No. Okay, I can work with that. That's fine. Yep, that's pretty much what I wanted anyway. But again, my ships have to be bigger than everyone else's. Okay, so and again, and they have to be capable of fairly long service lives. And ideally, I want them to be fairly quick as well. 90 rounds per gun. So I might actually hedge and build not quite a battle cruiser, but something that might be more... Yeah, it's not... I don't really want it to be classed as a battle cruiser if I can avoid it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's better. We're fine with that. Yeah, if it can do 23 knots and not be classed as a battle cruiser, then I'm fine with that. Because that will give me a substantial advantage over some of the other ships we'll end up fighting. I'm just going to say conducting annual maneuvers. Not to worry about it too much if we can avoid it. Yes, I am going to suggest this because I have the prestige to do it. I have the tension. I want tension to go down, but I want more budget. So, yes, I am happily going to suggest that because, all being well, I should actually be able... I'm gonna build my ships as one-offs. Again, same as I did with previous Dutch battleship building policy. Because I don't really have the budget for classes of more than one, and I'd rather iterate as we go forwards. Well, I don't know what form our 1913 battleship building program will take, Knight, but we've laid down in 1907 a 23-knot, 18,500-ton quasi-fast battleship. The idea being to fight what we can't run from, and run from what we can't fight from. Don't really have the money to build battle cruisers, so we're going to have to make do with fast battleships. We'll have to try and blend the two ships, even before the blending of two ships, as a concept, is really something major navies are considering. So 23 knots is our current battle line speed, and that's the speed we're going to have to try and keep to for the entire Dutch navy. I'm sorry, Spain, don't be careless in my waters, thank you. Honestly, yep, I'll sign an alliance with the French. That secures me one of the other great power navies. In fact, the second largest navy on the planet at this point. Yes, they are even ahead of... Well, they're not ahead of the Germans in every respect, but they are ahead in most. So that's actually quite comforting to have the French fleet at my back. So Japan and Russia have gone to war, knocking 7 bells out of each other. Say it with me now, who saw that one coming? Not going for gold-plated ships. Well, no. Unfortunately, we're a minor navy. And at this point, good enough doesn't work. We need qualitatively the best ships we can get. Yes, I am absolutely going to lower tensions with the United States. I am not... Well, first of all, you'd have to be absolutely suicidal to try and fight a war against the... let me see, can I get it? Can it give me a cross-deck firing? No, I have cross-deck firing. Give me a hull that can do cross-deck firing, please. I quite literally have cross-deck firing. Are you... Please don't make me do this manually. Fine, I'll do it manually. Oh, god damn it. I'm aware that the opposite turret G is not found. Yep. I know that game, thank you. Will it let me do that? Of course it will, thank God. Okay, so, same thing applies here. Again, drop the armor protection for secondary guns down a bit, drop the belt extended and upper belt down a bit. Medium range, coal plus turbines, and speed-focused engines should give me what I need. Normal freeboard. Again, 23 knots is just it's just something that we flat out require. Although I may be able to actually go for normal. I can go for reliable engines and still squeeze 23 knots out of this. That's hilarious. Oh, that's great. So I'm actually able to get some decent secondary battery armor as well. May even be able to get some even better armor on these things. Hey, what do you know? Oh, that's why. That's why. I wondered why we had so much spare tonnage. Oh, that's why. I wondered what it was. There. That's why. Okay, so I think that's everything. Okay, so the next 23 knotter is the König Wilhelm class, and she will follow on from the Drenthi. I will criticize Spain. Yeah, boo, Spain. Ah. I am honestly... the Queen is concerned over US expansionism. Yep, I'm taking the prestige hit, and I'm definitely taking the extra budget, because I'm sorry to say this, but, yeah, even though I've beat Japan into the Dreadnought building game, I'm still looking at the United States Navy and going... No. 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 No thank you, France. Back our ally unconditionally in the Balkans. Yes, I will let the Minister of the Navy have a look at our new battleship. Okay, there we go. 13-inch guns, fantastic. I am going to build 5 submarines, just so that we've got some. Let us join the international squadron, because that gets us some budget while not raising tensions stupidly high. And I can actually afford to build... I can build 2 Dreadnought battleships at the same time. That's honestly impressive. And to be fair, the follow-on is literally just going to be this ship again, but bigger, with 13-inch guns. Although, then again, that being said, does the 13-inch offer that much performance over the 12-inch that it's worth doing? Not really. Hello, Montana. Welcome. Yeah, we don't want to annoy the British. I will reduce... Yes, I actually have... We will not reduce the Navy unilaterally. Actually, yes, I will reduce tensions with the US, even though it will cost me some budget. I can take the prestige. I'm basically balancing keeping tension where it is without risking going to war until at least my first dreadnoughts are ready. Make the agent a national hero. Whoops. Get the proposal watered down. I need to at least get the first 2 battleships. Nope, Albania is my friend. Sorry, France is my friend, so they get to have a free Albania. No thank you, Britain. I'm alright. There we go. Okay, so... Oh, I meant to put these in reserve. No wonder my budget was smaller than I thought it was. I have ships in the active service that should be in the reserves. The old 26 knotters should be in mothballs. There we go. So we've got our destroyers knocking around, doing what they need to do. Very good. Yes, Dutch economy, go brr! Oh, you absolute legend. I may actually be able to build a battle cruiser that's fast enough to go where I want to go. Game, I literally have 4 centerline turrets. I don't need this shenaniganery. I can work with that. Nope, only 4-inch guns and only 10 of them. Give me 12-inch guns. 90 rounds per gun. 8 inches. Give me far less secondary battery protection. Give me 9 inches of armor. Drop the belt extended way down. Give me speed-focused engines. So, if I have a 4th... yeah, they're going to have to be flat on the deck, but... it will still mean I'll get an 8-gun broadside, so it's not perfect, but it does mean I get an 8-gun broadside. And I can get 27 knots out of it. Honestly, I need the speed, so I'm going to drop away some other things that hold weight. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the upper strake on the belt armor. Try and aim for 28 knots. Can it resist its own guns? It reasonably can. Okay. Oh, a tertiary battery? Oh, good lord. No, don't need that. Can use that weight for a secondary belt and slightly thicker armor. There we go. The reason that I've waited to do this is because in order for a battle cruiser to be justifiable, it has to be far faster, far better protected, and far more heavily armed than anyone else's. And right now, nothing that anyone else is building comes close to what I'm building in terms of capability or power. Knight, we've already established that it doesn't work that way in Rule the Waves 3. Just because someone else jumps gun calibers, it doesn't force the British to do anything. Nations creep up in gun caliber naturally. There's no real jumps that happen. It's not like the AI isn't coded to respond that way in Rule the Waves. It's just not how it works. Go. Okay, 3 months away. I'm going to scrap. Nope, temporary measure while we do things that are nearly there. And then, obviously, I'm going to put the 2 8-inch gun-armed ships into mothballs. So, yep, you should all be on thingy. Yes, 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 yes. You're on foreign station. You're all on foreign station as you should be. We're missing a little bit of foreign station tonnage. Celebes is already on foreign station. There's no real... send one of the hell of a Toises out to foreign station. That'll do. Hey, we've commissioned 5 submarines. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Very good. So we've got those building, and then of course the space on the slips that's needed for Our battle cruiser has been cleared by the fact that our battleship is a month away from leaving the slips, which is good. Beautiful. There we go. And Drenthi is now in the fleet. Which is what you want. Knight, that's not how it works in Rule the Waves. We've been through this. It does... Knight, that's not how it works in Rule the Waves. Knight, just because that's how things work historically, it's not how it works in Rule the Waves. Please stop applying real naval historical thinking to Rule the Waves, because it's not how the AI works. The only person who thinks like that in Rule the Waves is a player-led Britain. An AI-led Britain doesn't think like that. Do we have anybody who... Okay, the entire Dutch Navy is actually just... We apparently we're full of brilliant officers. All right, sure, why not? Oh, good lord! Wow. Just having to reduce capacity. Good lord. I need to put more orders in. I actually can't afford to maintain. Yeah, I'm actually going to be priced out of the capital ship game after this generation of ships. And I'm basically going to be forced to order from abroad because my budget just won't sustain. Yeah, take a broader arrangement. Okay, that brings tensions down. Yes, arm for conflicts, beat them. Please let me lay down more things in my yards because I need to build more things. Because as it stands right now, I can't. I can't. I'm gonna lose some of my yards because I just can't keep building capital ships. I have 2 ships building, and it's not enough. It's just not enough. Oh my god. I just don't have enough. Oh my god, War warning, war warning. Alright, that's a war warning. That's a very, very clear war warning. Oh, well, Russia's basically dead. What's China got at this point? They're building a dreadnought. They've trimmed down a good chunk of their armored cruiser fleet. They've trimmed down a good chunk of their light cruiser fleet, and their battleships are still the same things that we fought last time. So, I'm not overly concerned about actually beating the Chinese over the head. Again. Wait! No! No way! No way! Did it happen again? History repeats itself! Even if it's not me running Russia, Japan just can't stop taking L's. Hokkaido is Russian. Again. Oh. Oh, oh my God! Oy, ay, ay. Oh. I need to invest in my yards again. Okay, I basically need to build something in large numbers. I don't have enough for another... Maybe I do have enough for another battleship, actually. How much tonnage can I shave off? Only 500? Yeah, well, actually, why would I repeat that design? Yeah, well, yeah, why would I repeat that design? That's an excellent point. Sod the wing mounts. Get me shielded mounts for the secondaries. Oh, good lord, we don't need that much armor. Jesus. I figured as much. Again, the upper belt strake really not needed now. There we go. The Entrak with 9 12-inch guns. Very, very, very nice indeed. Although she is pushing close to what... I can't help but wonder. If I can't even maintain my own yards with what my maximal budget will allow, and I basically can only maintain them for cruisers, what could I get if I go overseas? Ooh, hello. Aren't you pretty? Let me just... get rid of those quickly so they're not in my way. And let me just smack a triple. There we go. There we go. Marvelous. That is fantastic. Well, if I can't keep enough of my yards in business building battleships to order battleships at home, then I'll just order a 9 14-inch gun-armed Colossus from the UK. Sure, it happens, Yahoy. Look, I really want to build battleships at home. Like, I really do. But I can't maintain the building rates needed to keep my yards in business. It's going to raise tension. No, we'll go with the middle option just for now. What can I get away with on my tonnage limits? I can turn this design into a I can turn this design into a winner no problem. Quite easily, in fact. Sacrifice, shave off only 500 tons. With oil firing. Speed down to 23 knots to match up with the rest of the battle line. 10 inches of armor. 2.5 inch on top. 3 triple 12 inch. Shave off a bit of... That works. I mean, she's a battleship now, but it works. No, I don't really have the budget for it right now. Of course, China's about to war us. They're always about to war us. There we go. Send Konig Willem out as well. God, this really is a challenging campaign, because you really are up against it. Like, your budget is pulled every which way. And there's very little you can do. And I understand what Drac and Dr. Clark mean, being priced out of the Dreadnought battleship game. Because you are. You're just priced out. Not so much in terms of not being able to buy them, but you can't build them. Because no matter how much you throw at your yards, they won't stay in business. I'm basically saving up for one last splurge. To build 2 of these battleships as basically the last big thing I do all at once. Try and keep the yards going. Encourage France to take a hard line with Spain. No thank you, French government. I am basically trying to fight to keep my budget afloat. Spain is not allied to anybody, so if me and France go in on them, they just get dogpiled. Sure. Who wins? Batavia! Whey! Very nice. France and Japan have signed an alliance. It is without doubt Spain. Blame everything on Spain. Make the agent a national hero. Sod it, why not? And the Chinese did nothing. Private shipbuilding is expanding. Okay, I can afford to keep these 2 battleships going. It seems that by investing in the railways and actually and keeping the Chinese possession we took during the last war, we actually do have enough funding to just about stay in the Dreadnought building race. I'm very glad I invested in a tranche of new cruisers before this period, as they are actually just casually seeing us through this Dreadnought building spike. Although... Okay, question for the chat. Can't you improve income without getting more... I can. I basically took the decision to invest in the railroads every time the option came up to do what to do with windfall taxes. I basically always told them to invest in the railways, because that boosts your base resources and gets them ticking up over time, and the more you do it, the faster they go up. So that has been paying dividends. There we go. Okay. Make the agent a national hero. At this point, honestly, given the fact that I have a battle cruiser and the Chinese just do not, I'm just going to clean house with the Chinese Navy if it comes to a war. They know it as well. It's probably why they're not looking to start anything. I'm gonna bring the Holland back to Europe and put her in reserve. Nope. Have the person cashiered. And keep the funding coming in. Oh, do I take a third De Ruyter? Oh, not really. China, you really want to throw down? You really want to throw down? Want to send your submarines to attack my ships, do you? Right. Come have a go if you think you're hard enough. You're not. I think they are, though. There we go. And we will... Any of the ships that aren't moving are doing... There we go. Right. Okay. Well, I admire China's commitment to self-destruction. But... they're way out of their depth. This is not like the last war, where China actually did have more ships than me in every capacity. The only thing China outnumbers me in now is armoured cruisers. They have no Dreadnought battleships. They have no battle cruisers. They have actually less light cruisers than I do. This is really not going to go the way they think it will. There we go. So glad I did the engine refit on these things to keep them relevant as we entered the 20th century. Oh yeah, let's throw down. You want to go, Sunshine. You want to go. Let's go. Come have a go if you think you're hard enough. You ain't hard enough. Come have a go. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Come have a go if you think you're hard enough. You aren't hard enough. These old girls might have are double your age, but by God, their guns hurt more than yours do. Must have scored some damaging hits on their engines because they just can't run. Oh, those lucky sons of bitches! If she hadn't made that turn at that moment, that torpedo wouldn't have hit. Oh, those lucky sons of... Oh, you've got to be joking me. Is the game really serious? Is the game actually serious? Just casually hands them a win on a silver platter. Oh, come on, that's just daft. Why didn't my destroyers torpedo any of their ships? We had similar angles of attack. That's just daft. Great. Well, now I know what needs to go into the building program for the wartime build. A pair of replacement cruisers. They're going to regret that. Right. Okay. It's a lot of 5-inch. Not really what I'm looking for, though. That's better. That's more like it. If I get another 6-inch, I could slot that in. There we go. That's more like it. It's a little bit lightly armoured for my taste, though. Yeah, it is a little bit lightly armoured for my taste. I'd much rather accept 28 knots and some decent level of protection. And try and bring the cost down if I can. Because bear in mind, cruisers at this point, while we are into what we call the light armor cruiser period, cruisers at this point are still mostly ships of 23 knots. Why it wanted to give me something that could do 30 knots is beyond me. Still. Right. Time for some revenge. Oh, please be some of China's armoured cruisers. Oh, you are! That's lovely! Hello there! Hi! Yeah, it's the battle cruiser calling. I'd like to talk to you about your free trial of being a floating warship. It seems to have expired. Yeah, don't worry, our 12-inch check is in the post. We'll make sure you get your free trial of being a floaty boy removed from you. Not to worry. I don't even have to cruise at maximum speed, so I don't even have to time my stokers out. Oh, bloody hell! The Chinese destroyers are really making it difficult. It's hard enough to keep a decent solution. You have to keep turning away to avoid being torpedoed. Let me see if I can draw ahead of them. Crank up to 28 knots. Come on, land me a good 12-inch shell hit. Yeah, I'm not risking my only battle cruiser in a night action with this few escorts. No way. You're not already spamming cruisers and destroyers? Because I'm the Netherlands, and... Oh, your house is on fire. I hope everything goes well for you, Montana. Good luck. Okay, medium-range submarines. That helps. Enemy coastal raid. All right. So we've got both of our dreadnoughts are available and ready. Excellent, excellent. Even if all of China's battle line shows up, I'm fairly confident. I'm a little bit anxious over the fact that I do wish we could get some reports. Because they're supposed to be in this area somewhere. Don't know where, though. Well, there's some of our ships, so they've got to be in this area somewhere. Just wish I knew where. I could just get some proper... If something could just spot them. Yep, well, they failed. They failed in their objective and just handed me a free bit of victory points. Yes, answer their insulting offer with steel. The only reason they have the victory points they do right now is they got lucky. Oh, France coming in with the metal chair! France just... with the metal chair. Really? Really? China really wants to do this? I mean, alright. So, they're literally coming for here. So they're coming for here. Oh my god, they're right there! They're literally right there. Let's find that. Find me those transports. They're apparently somewhere northward. And I assume, given that that's a column of ships, that's the enemy battle line. Ah, let's see what this mystical battleship actually is then. This great harbinger of Qing justice. Well, there's the old pre-Dreadnoughts that used to form the hallmark of the Chinese battle line. Oh, please, yes, get the battleships past me. If you have no merchant ships to land on the shoreline, your mission fails. Ah, there we go. Now they've realised it. Okay, crank up to 23 knots. Let's get this. Let's get in, get out, get it done. Maneuver to make sure we don't get torpedoed. This is the advantage of my speed! I can just do this and go, ha ha, bye! What is this thing, anyway? Bloody hell, the Chinese paid for a fairly decently armed ship, but her armour leaves a little bit to be desired. Bye! I can just do this. I can just nope out of there and just be like, sunk your merchant ships, not much you can do. Bye now. I can just go, nope, see you later, alligator. Bye-bye. This is why the 23 knots is important. When time for cheap and cheerful option? Never. I'm the Dutch. Okay, bring me down to 20 knots. And let's make these Chinese buggers pay for even getting close to Dutch territory. Even if it is imperial, even if it is the Dutch holdings of China. Well, our lads are definitely giving them hell. Oh, please. If China loses their Dreadnought the month they receive it from the builder's yard, I will laugh hysterically. Oh, that destroyer's getting too close for comfort. Yeah, both Dutch ships are doing very, very well. Cross the T! And this is what I mean, where a few more powerful ships can, and especially ones with a good balance of speed and armor like this, can do infinitely more work than more cheaper ships can. Ha! Get torpedoed, nerd. Okay, we've run out of ammunition. Have unexpectedly run short of ammunition. Please can we borrow 2 boxes until the end of the war? Oh, that's funny. That's actually funny. The thing is, they have no transport ships, so they can't actually complete the mission. Even if their fleet gets close enough to our territory, without transport ships, there's nothing they can do. Checkmate. Ching. Ites. Get colonized. Get colonized. I don't know if we sunk anything, but I know we definitely battered that entire Chinese battle line. And really roughed up their Dreadnought. Oh my god, they actually decided to show up. That is tremendously brave of them. Stupid! Oh, come on. Don't let me get torpedoed right now. This is just going to be... You can't... I fucking cannot. No. No! That is bollocks. You telling me the Chinese Admiral's decision was, yes, I'm going to proceed at speed into the night, and I'm going to approach a coastline where an enemy exists that I know wants to... that I have already been hurt by massively. And I am then going to fight this enemy. Okay, how's she doing? Okay, come on, limit the flooding, limit the flooding. I am not losing one of my 2 Dreadnought battleships in theatre. I'm not. Limp away to Haikuyo. They can't even land. They don't have the ships to do it anymore. It's a shame that Montana's roof's on fire, because he would probably have a good joke for this whole scenario, but oh well. It's a shame, really, but well, man can't always be here. How are we doing? Yeah, the crew are doing fairly well. They're limiting the flooding quite nicely. Seem to have it all in hand. Well, the transports were just unable to unload. And there's very little that the Chinese can do at this point. They can bang away at my coastal batteries, but silencing them to make way for the invasion is good luck. They can't even hit for toffee in the dark. Okay. My battleships are in port, they're safe. So whatever happens, the battleships are safe to fight again. I'm just gonna let them bang away at my gun batteries. I ended the battle there because they can't do anything. They couldn't land. They've lost an armoured cruiser, most of their landing ships, 2 destroyers, and their Dreadnought is crippled. Yep, enemy invasion averted. Get colonized. Pray tell, how can you dominate the seas around a place if I just thrashed you? Holland's helping guard trade in Europe, which is very nice. Ooh, we can ambush an enemy force. Ooh, what are we using? Please let it be one of my battle cruisers. Oh. This had better actually be an inferior force. And not just what the game thinks is an inferior force. If it's not an inferior force, I'm going to have very angry words for the battle generator. Where are you? Come here. Wait, is that a merchant convoy? It is! It is a convoy of merchants. Ah, most excellent. Ah, of course we lost the destroyer. I still achieved my goal of sinking at least 2 ships, so... I don't want to be here. I really don't want to be here. Just keep turning. Just keep turning. They can't get a torpedo solution on us if we keep turning. That was an awful lot of destroyers, and I really do not want to be in the middle of that convoy now. Stephen, that's really not how playing as a minor nation works. I really wish it was. But it's not. I have the smallest naval budget out of any of the powers. I build what I can when I can. I've basically had to order a pair of Dreadnought battleships to keep the yards open, so I can build more battleships. Or just build more stuff generally. And they're less than a year away from completion, so I really can't justify putting them on hold. Not when there's a war on. Okay. Ha-cha-cha. Ah, it's one of my older diminutives. Unfortunately, she has no fire control, so I really hope this Chinese raider isn't something horrifying. Because if it is, I'm probably not quite long for this world. It's an armoured cruiser, isn't it? It's one of their nasty armoured cruisers, isn't it? Yep! Ah, it's one of those things. Oh, that's gonna sting. There is very little at this point we can do apart from run eastwards into the setting sun and hope to God... Oh, okay, he's going... Oh, he's running past us. Oh, nope, he's pursuing. Please, 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 please let nighttime be... Oh, nighttime is far away. This is really not gonna go well. Oh, don't... Ah, come on. I really needed the off-dual 6-inch to not be disabled. Come on, get it working again! Keep him away! Keep him away! Keep him away! That is a very scary ship, and I don't like it. That is an absolute... That's a death for me if I don't do something drastic. Come on! Come on! If I don't get a lucky hit soon, I'm basically at it. Oh, they got a lucky hit on us instead. Oh, this is not... Yep, 6-inch on the coal bunkers. This is really not going to go well. Short of a miracle, I've had it. Yes. Yes, like, it's not like last campaign where I could and reasonably should have done that. And I didn't. In this campaign, I physically can't. Again, it's probably because I'm used to playing campaigns like this, where I am a minor nation, and I don't have the funds to do that. I was so flush with cash as Russia last game that I really didn't... Oh, yeah, that was a shattering. Congratulations, you sank an old cruiser. Only the Navy can win this war. Well... I probably could do with more... I'm going to move you out to Southeast Asia to protect trade, Holland. Because if armoured cruisers like that are running around Southeast Asia gunning for trade, then I'm going to bring a battleship in. A pre-Dreadnought, to be sure, but still a battleship. To really deter them. Ah, good. Time for my battle cruiser to do what it does best. Blow things up. Hopefully, armoured cruisers. Because those are things that China has and I do not. But I have a battle cruiser and they do not. So, let's hope it's armoured cruisers. Well, let's hope it's something that's valuable. Oh, goody, it's an... I don't know what that is, but I'm going to shoot at it anyway. Come on, get me some good hits, get me some good... Oh, it's one of their... Ah, it's one of their new cruisers. Okay, hang on. Hard to starboard, avoid torpedoes. Go, 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 go. Hello, little cruiser. How are you? Yeah, you really should not have come back. You're close enough now that I can hurt you. Don't run for port, I just want to play. Oh, you're not close enough to actually get down. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You can't run. You can't hide. You're so dead. What a nice surprise. Don't you ask, don't you tell, soon you'll end up right in hell. Move it around, move it around. Oh. Oh, did she actually turn around? That's very funny if she did. Oh, she made it. Oh well. Can't seem to pin down the Chinese Navy. Shame, really. But hey, what are you gonna do? Continued operations will secure our total victory. Okay, the total victory came. Yep, nicking off with Formosa. Because more territory is good territory. Well, gentlemen, we did it. And with that, let me just return everything, and I mean everything, to Northern Europe. That was a short, sharp war that resulted in us nicking off with Formosa, which basically secures Dutch control over Southeast Asia, with French help. So bring everything back to Europe, please, and then things need to start going into mothballs. There we go. There we go. Sure. I'll accept that. He's an average officer. That's fine. I can accept that. So put the... So we then scrap... Yes. I'm aware. But I can't keep pre-dreadnoughts around forever, you know. Then Holland goes into mothballs. Drenthe goes into mothballs, and Konig Wilhelm goes into the reserves, and only the battle cruiser will stay active. Ackman will go into the mothball fleet, and the diminutive cruisers are the ones that will remain. Oh, hang on. Hey, you guys should be, you should all be back home. You should back on foreign station work. So again, the 300 tonners go into mothballs. Again, their work is done. Excellent. No thank you, France, but thank you for the offer. The fact that even with 2 battle cruisers building, I can still afford to do this even after coming out of a war does give me some hope that I can at least maintain a limited run of capital ships every year. Like every couple of years. I can at least keep 1 capital ship on the slips. How is tension with the British not sky high? You do... Knight. The British don't go up... Knight. The British aren't... I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding of how British politics works. The British aren't annoyed with the Dutch doing stuff, with people doing stuff like this, bullying up on China. Because it doesn't threaten Britain's positions in China. No one's kicking Britain out of Hong Kong. The Dutch aren't kicking Britain out of any of their holdings in Asia. The Dutch aren't closing the area off to British trade. Britain has no reason to feel threatened here. There's no geopolitical reason other than the Dutch have taken some more stuff. And it's stuff that Britain doesn't even want anyway. Hainan, Kuangchu, Formosa. It's stuff that Britain didn't really care about historically. If Britain was as twitchy, okay, I've not threatened British Malaya, Knight. I've not threatened British Malaya. British Malaya still exists. So does Borneo. I've not threatened any British possessions. I've not blocked their trade. There's no reason for Britons to get uppity at this point. And even at my maximum building program, I'm just not a threat. I'm not even close to being a threat. Even allied to France, I'm not a threat. No one is a threat to the juggernaut that is the British Empire. It would take the United States, France, and Germany putting their fleets together to come close to matching Britain. In tonnage and capital ship numbers. You know what? I will... yeah, so send the armored cruisers out to foreign station, and let me see about... Let me see if I can rationalize the, Yeah, let me see about rationalizing the, rationalizing the colonial gunboats. Basically, reduce all the armor, trim them down a bit. Try and reduce cost as best we can. Give them improved 6-inch guns. Basically, I'm trying to rationalize the gunboat force. There we go. Excellent. I mean, yeah, Knight, why would they? Yeah, why would they mind? Like, if I was actively menacing trade or trying to muscle Britain out of the market in China, that would be a very different story. But I'm not. Rule the Waves doesn't simulate that. We're not at that level of simulation. And to be fair, the Dutch probably wouldn't anyway. The Dutch have always been fairly friendly to the British by this period. And there's no real reason to pour oil onto a... well, what's not even a furnace at this point. I probably want to have something to take the place of the De Ruiters on the slips. Probably a battle cruiser, I'm thinking. Maybe drop the centerline gun down to twin. Princess Royal, that's very funny. That is aggressively funny, and I love it. I can squeeze an additional set of rounds in per gun. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Well, I'm definitely not threatening India. That much is obvious. I don't even have any possessions in the Indian Ocean. Yep, I will allow that. I absolutely will. Oh. Oh well. And besides, well, there you are, Knight. There's your response. The British have renewed their security agreement with Japan to probably have an ally in the region. Which isn't very surprising, to be fair, given everything we know so far. Yes, I will allow you to do that, because it means I can lay down the first quartet of new gunboats to replace some of the older ships in the fleet. How dare you vote to reduce naval spending? Do you mind? Trying to keep the yards operating here. Can't do that if you people keep knocking things together. Yeah, I absolutely cannot afford to adopt any of the extras. Just no way. Can't be done. Right. So the two De Ruiters are now the active fleet battleships. A role they share with one of our battle cruisers. Which basically at this point means that Holland, I'm sorry to say, you're off, sunshine. Goodbye. No, I'm not going to buy technology in right now. I really can't afford it. What I can afford to do, I can build you half that many submarines, sir. I'm not using up enough capacity in the dockyards. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. Can I build you 6 coastal submarines instead? Will you accept that? Yes, you will. Because you're not getting anything else. Send a strong force to China. Well, obviously, we have a really great commitment to that part of the world, so of course we're sending a strong force to China. I really don't need tension going down. I really don't need tension going down. I have to justify... A Dutch-Japanese war is your future? Depends. The Japanese have been humbled by the Russians already at this point, with British help. I actually have equivalent numbers to them in Dreadnoughts and battle cruisers, funnily enough. And my naval funding is actually within shouting distance now. I'm actually about to surpass the Spanish. In fact, I've surpassed the Spanish in terms of how much resources I have. So I'm actually within shouting distance of Japan's current naval budget. And there are some areas where I do have advantages. So, for example, my light cruiser fleet is steadily becoming more modern, and I aim to actually have a fleet that can challenge the Japanese in that field soon. Especially with our new cruisers entering service. Mothball some of our older ones. I basically need more, again, as you can see, I'm basically looking to, rationalize our, Corvette fleet. Scrap some of the older vessels that are using up far too much money to remain operational. And keep... Yes, absolutely. Thank you, hawkish government. Thank you very much. And it's not the British. Well... I'm fairly safe. As far as things go. Could be worse, mind you, but it could be better. So how many have we got? Okay, so 2 foreign station you go. And that means we can scrap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4. And ideally, I want another... I want more. Oh, industrial production is soaring. No thank you. I do not need another pre-Dreadnought battleship. Tell you what, I will actually build a new tranche of destroyers. That is not a bad idea. Honestly, Secretary of the Navy, I 100% agree with you on that one. A new tranche of Dutch destroyers is not a bad idea. Go. Oil-fired turbines. Do I have triple torpedo mounts? Nope, I don't. Okay, that's fine. Don't need minesweeping gear. That's okay. 4-inch guns. Oh, hang on. AO, just a minute. Normal accommodation, if you please. Can I get actually... normal engines? That's actually quite good news. That means the ships will actually have a fairly long service life. Okay, that's good. Would you stop closing down dockyards? I'm building everything I can. I cannot build more than I am at this moment. Like, believe me, I am really trying. Protest against the proposal. I can't afford to lose my budget right now. Not with everything going on. Okay, so let me just get the yards running. Then, of course, when the 2 new corvettes enter the fleet, well, in this case, really colonial gunboats, if we're going to be really honest, I can then scrap the last 2 of the other large corvettes. Make the agent a national hero. The Chinese have already shown that they will reduce tensions gradually because they are afraid they basically can't challenge us. Send a gunboat to Africa, and anything else is far too tensiony. And it's just not worth it. We should not buy what we can develop for ourselves. Triple torpedo mounts. That could have come a little bit earlier, but never mind. Okay, so let me have a look. So, hello, my friend. You are already like this, and this is fine, mostly. And I am actually fine with all of this. This is actually all fine. And we'll name you for the Lost Urk. And we will get to work constructing you just as soon as our battle cruiser leaves the... Yep, there we go. Yes, I will raise the importance of a steel industry to the Queen. And I will then lay down 4 new light cruisers in, honestly, one of the first big orders for cruisers that I've done in the game for a while. Basically, I'm looking to blanket replace a good chunk of the, not now. I can't really afford to tender for new aircraft right now, since I can't really afford to operate aircraft right now. Okay, there we go. So, that's all that. Your Majesty, most of our ships already are in Northern Europe. I can't have more ships in Northern Europe without, well, there we go. That means I can probably scrap the rest of you lot. There we go. Okay, that's that. That's that. Put those guys in reserve. Can I... Ooh, can I get a ship of basically similar displacement, but... no, I don't need that ship, thank you. Okay, that's fine. Yep, okay, that's fine. That has freed up a little bit of budget, so what I'm going to do is we're going to build... So 2 airship bases on Formosa. We're going to build an air base and an airship base on Kuwon-Chou. We're going to build an air base, 2 air bases on Hainan. For now, given the limited range of aircraft, that's pretty much it. The only other real place I want aircraft is in Europe, so I'm going to build an airbase at Wislingen, 1 at Rotterdam, and 1 at Den Helder. Yes, fighters, so range and reliability, please. There we go. Marvellous. Oh, airships can bomb things. Very nice. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. I know what the air bases need to have at this point. This is good. Yes, I know. I know. We're laying off workers at the dockyards. Keep the appearance of being reasonable. Oh, nope. I am not accepting a treaty. I'm not accepting a treaty. No sodding way. I can accept those limits. Higher total tonnage limit, please. Okay, that would actually cement me above China and Spain as a great power. And would put me within shouting distance of Japan. Well, treaty will run for 17 years. It would actually mean that my battleships would remain competitive. Never signed the treaty. I won't do it. I remember what happened to Russia last time. Ah, my fighter prototypes. Very nice. Ah, good. I wish to request a floatplane scout again. Range and reliability are what we need. Thank you very much. Yep, I absolutely will take that offer for a new cruiser. I will sell stuff to people in the Balkans. What I will also do is I will lay down a class of 6 mine-laying submarines. And we will also start bringing in our Dreadnoughts to be equipped with directors for their guns. Yes, please. So Tromp and De Ruyter have finished their constructions. We have access to 14-inch guns. This is good. Rebuild the Abraham van der Hearst, which is, of course, our first battle cruiser. I don't know whether I'm going to rebuild the Drenthe and the Konig William. I think they're going to stay as they are. Handle it discreetly and quietly, please. There we go. New floatplane scouts. Excellent. And now, I will request naval patrol aircraft from the design bureaus. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Honestly, yes, I absolutely will give you... Not only will I give you your... Not only will I give you your new destroyers, Chief of the Naval Secretary. Let me just increase the tube mounts. There we go, and boom. I'm also going to give you more than 13 of them if I can. There we go. Marvelous increased elevation. All of these are very good things. So how much will it cost to build 13 of these? Yes, I can actually do that all at once. Okay, so with our new cruisers in service, we now scrap those ships. Oh, Akmar's Centerpiece of a Naval Museum? Absolutely. The other 4,000 tonners that didn't really see much use in the conflict with China will just be outright scrapped, and they're being flat out replaced by our new light cruisers. Shikim has been replaced in her role by the new gunboats. I think if she, what I probably want is another pair of those gunboats just to hammer home the ships that are needed to do colonial work. Marvellous. There we go. Ah, China's building a new set of cruisers, probably inspired by ours. That's not very surprising. China still is stuck with basically only one free Dreadnought, and their naval budget has just cratered. I have passed Spain and China in terms of budget, so I am no longer the smallest fleet in the world. And I'm able to maintain a fairly decent amount of construction and building. No thank you. I don't want to get into a war with Germany. Ah, our new naval prototypes obviously take the one with the longest range. because that's what really matters in this early period. Excellent. There we go. This is all very, very good. Hey, our industrial productivity has increased yet further. Oh, what the hell? In for a penny, in for a pound. Woo! Dutch Iraq! Dutch Shell Company! Woo! Yeah! Value 8. Oh my god. That is incredibly valuable. Oh my god. I'm so glad. That was fantastic. That could not have gone better. Okay. Yes, we know, the Chilen, thank you. You've made us aware of it. It exists. I actually have the funds to do rebuilds on these ships. I'm going to replace their machinery with oil-fired turbines, and rectifying for their guns, and increased elevation. It's a bit costly, but it will at least mean that if they do have to come back into active service, they're ready to serve in a relatively decent capacity. Ah, good. The 6 mine-laying submarines are finished. Nope. I am not signing an alliance with Spain. Spain would quite literally just be a deadweight. They're only trying to attach themselves to us to try and save their crumbling empire, which I am not going to allow. So again, same thing here. Oil-fired turbines, direct firing for the guns, increased elevation. Job done. Same thing here. 12-month refit, rebuild, but it does at least keep our battleship numbers up. And keeps the dockyards busy. We will observe developments carefully, and we will see what comes of it, because we don't want the Germans to be angry with us. Yes, I will sell that to Russia, because Russia is actually fairly friendly. Tensions are not stupidly high, is what I'm saying. So we've got 5 Urk-class cruisers. We're getting more gunboats to police parts of the Empire. The old mothballed 300-ton destroyers are going now, definitely. I know we need more destroyers, and there they are. Look at that. Beautiful. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a half-and-half program, so the newest versions of the Rajdani class are going to get a rebuild. They're going to get oil-fired turbines. They're going to be pushed up to 32 knots. We're going to try and see if we can increase the number of torpedo tubes they carry. We can increase that to a double mount. That is fine. So they are going to get an upgrade, like that. And the oldest members of the class are going to lose their torpedo tube, gain minesweeping gear, and increase depth charge stowage. And they're going to become the first corvettes of the first proper anti-submarine corvettes of the Dutch Navy. In regards to what I'm going to do next, so the Urk class are a fairly good step. I don't think they can carry anything more than single mounts right now. Don't believe so. No, they can't. So, in that case, let me see what I can build for my next generation of battleship. That could work, but it's not as fast as it needs to be. What I'm going to do is I am going to actually go for something a little bit controversial. We're only going to carry 6 14-inch guns. We have all or nothing, so I'm going to try and see if we can get away with a fairly decent amount of protection. And let's see if we can't squeeze a quasi-fast, a new generation of fast battleships out of this. Okay, so will you let me do 24 knots? No. What if I increase the armor thickness? Then what? Am I a battle cruiser now? Okay, no, so it won't actually let me. So in that case, then, I will go to 23 knots. And we will thicken the belt armor and turret armor as much as is realistically practical. And get the Zealand-class battleships. Actually, hang on. If I drop down to 13.5 inches across the board... given that we're probably going to be running away from things, I'll add a double super firing over the rear twin. There we go. There we go, that'll do. The Zealand class. Oh, hang on, that will probably buy me back a lot of the weight I just had to... No, it won't buy me back enough. Never mind. The Zealand class battleship. And that is fine with me. Gives me something to build in my yards anyway. Hey, there we go. Yeah, honestly, Spain, do not come into my waters again. I mean, that's just very silly of you, isn't it? I don't know where this boom in funding has come from, but my naval budget is approaching that of Japan's now. Where has this massive increase in funding come from? I'm not complaining, mind you, but, I don't know where it's come from. How many... I can build 2 of you at once. Very good. It's an interesting ship design. It's kind of necessary given everything that we know. It'll bring me up to 4 battleships and 2 battle cruisers, which I'm actually far... No, 6 battleships, sorry, I should say. And it unfortunately looks as though the United States is about to basically smash and destroy everything we've worked so hard for. Although, there are only 2 fast battleships in their navy, the New Mexicos. And their battle cruisers do seem to be things that our 2 generations of battle cruisers would be able to deal with in fairly reasonable. The only thing that might cause problem is independence. I should all probably consider a battle cruiser version of the ship where we do actually drop the rear super firing turret and really try and build something. Well, I'd call it ludicrously fast, but it kind of is for the period. All hail the trains. Indeed. Yeah, we kind of ran away with the budget. With a higher budget, we could have ships just as advanced as that one. Yep, because I am basically going for a... We've replaced most of our destroyers. We've replaced most of our cruisers. Now it's time to really start ramping up the replacement of most of our capital ship fleet. I really do need to lower tension with the United States. Because a war with them by itself, well, a war with them would just be very, 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 very bad. But Russia and Japan have gone to war, that's probably going to cool the rest of us off. Yep, so build me a Van Ness class battlecruiser. And now we actually are using enough of the yards so they won't shrink. I can't afford that, sorry. Some of our oldest ships. I can afford the prestige here, and I need the budget. Yes, I will actually get torpedo bombers again. Range and reliability, that's what matters. So, Russia is bringing into that fight their 4 dreadnoughts that they have, including one relatively modern one, and their ludicrous amount of battle cruisers that they have somehow built up. Russian fleet seems to have centered around the... apart from one ship, they've centered around the 11-inch gun. Then they have some light cruisers and some destroyers. Japan has... oh, they have Congo-alikes. That's not going to go well for the Russians. And they have a more modern cruiser force. That could be a problem for the Russian Navy. There we go. I blame Spain. Blame everything on Spain. If we go to war with Spain, we'd nick off with all their colonies. And I do mean that. There's literally nothing the Spanish Navy in its current form can do to stop us. Their naval budget, they can't replace any of their dreadnoughts in any way. Well, saying that... oh, okay, Spain's budget has somehow recovered. Typical. There we go. We will handle that discreetly and quietly. I'm trying to... oh, United States, I really don't want to fight you. Please. I really don't want to fight you, US. Like, I really, really do not want to fight you. Please. We are not ready for war. Let us strengthen the Navy and strike later. Ooh, actually, if I've got this much money running around, I am going to oil fire my other battlecruiser and get that up to 30 knots as well. So we have a... 30-knot battlecruiser formation, which is honestly a terrifying thought in this period. There are very few navies whose ships go at capital ships. In fact, I don't think any of them have capital ships that go at 30 knots, apart from me. I don't even think Britain has ships that go at 30 knots. No, they don't. No. It's literally just us. Which... discreetly and quietly, please. I really don't want the war with these high tensions with the US to escalate. Please. Okay, Spain and the US. Build railroads, increase long-term prosperity of the nation. Please. Okay, Spain and the USA are going to war. Please, US, let us not fight. I'm not helping the Spanish. I'm not going to help the Spanish. You are fighting the Spanish. Please stop being annoyed at me. Oh, you can't be serious. Alright. Fine. If that's how it's gonna be, then that's how it's gonna be. It's a good job that I've actually got a bunch of capital ships only a year away from completion. And I've got these modern cruisers and my new modern destroyers and Spain's Caribbean holdings to act as a naval base in addition to my own. Because that's where the war will be won and lost, make no mistake. Yeah. So... on the plus side, we can't be blockaded, really. On The downside, and we're also fighting in consort with the Spanish, which means that together we're actually within shouting distance of the US for battleship tonnage. And battleship numbers. And actually, to be fair, in cruiser numbers, we've actually got them outnumbered. So, to be fair, it could be worse. There's also a chance to nick off with Venezuela and Panama if I play my cards right. Although Panama's probably the big one. But yeah. So, there you are, folks. That is where we are going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. Why is the US so aggressive? I genuinely don't know. Thank you for watching. I hope you've all had a fantastic time. Next week, the Dutch and the Spanish try to fight God.